And just a reminder on the equipment change on the 3, All-Star Katrina goes from blinkers to blind, bridle, a Z-guide, adds a Z-guide, adds an ear hood, and also adds a 4-ring overcheck. The afternoon's 4th race, it is the Tom and Margaret Claiborne Memorial, a long-standing tradition here. This race at Charlottetown, my father was a good friend of Tommy Claiborne. As the 4th race, 6 trotters line up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
From the rail out, Mama's Pride, Mile Hill Aggie, All-Star Katrina, WL Rosie's Rocket, Halmax Swanky, Ma Barker, top of the stretch. Trotters are approaching a start. Well back, leaving Ma Barker. And there they go, up and trotting. And as they get away, WL Rosie's Rocket and Mile Hill Aggie are the first 2 out. Third one to the turn is All-Star Katrina. From the outside, 4th is Halmax Swanky. Then it's Mama's Pride, and the trailer, that is Ma Barker. Up the backstretch to the opening quarter to go, and Mark Campbell has sent Mile Hill Aggie to the lead. Here comes some early company now. Halmax Swanky up and after the leader on the outside, but he's rough-gated and he is fancy stepping, and I mean fancy stepping big time in here. On by the first quarter, there goes the inquiry sign. Race number 4 goes under a judge's inquiry, 30-1 the opening quarter. And on the lead, it's Mile Hill Aggie. And racing from second, coming off the turn, is WL Rosie's Rocket. Halmax Swanky continues the outside route from third. Racing fourth, All-Star Katrina. Ma Barker in fifth. And the trailer is Mama's Pride. They're halfway home in the Claiborne, led by Mile Hill Aggie and Campbell. Halmax Swanky lays on the outside, and right there in the pocket, WL Rosie's Rocket. 1 minute and 2 was the half consecutive 30-1 splits. There's 5/8 of a mile left to trot, and Mile Hill Aggie is still there, and they're going to 3/4. Second is WL Rosie's Rocket from the outside. Halmax Swanky back to third. Ma Barker has picked up fourth. Now in fifth is Mama's Pride. In the backfield after the break, All-Star Katrina 3/4 in the books in 1:32 flat. Mile Hill Aggie still leads them, and they go next to the 7/8. Second, that is WL Rosie's Rocket, sent to the outside for the stretch drive. Halmax Swanky is third. Down the stretch they come. Mile Hill Aggie, WL Rosie's Rocket on the outside is coming late on the wire. WL Rosie's Rocket and the Blue Knight U's look to get there over Mile Hill Aggie and Halmax Swanky. 2:03 flat. Retain your tickets here in the 4th race. We do have a judge's inquiry. Judge's inquiry involves number 1, Mama's Pride, and a possible pylon violation.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for today's 4th race, the Tom and Margaret Claiborne Memorial and WL Rosie's Rocket, your top pick. I got there on the end of a Kurt, and I think that is possibly an ice-cold Kurt Hughes triactor.
Yeah, ice-cold try. I don't think it's going to pay too much, Rock. We're not going to get rich off this one, combining Rich and Rocky at the same time. I don't think we're going to get rich on this one. 4 is 6-5 on the board. Mile Hill Aggie at 3-2 and Halmax Swanky at 9-5. But this race shook out just how I thought it would. Mile Hill Aggie crossing over from post 8 last week, getting into the 2-hole. Post 2 this week. I thought they would set up shop on the front for Campbell, and they did, and they raced pretty good getting the deuce. But the pocket sitter, WL Rosie's Rocket, I thought they would leave out alertly in this compact field of 6. Hughes biding his time in the 2-hole. Nice patient steer. and he's going to time it perfectly here as we get a look at that Universum slow-mo, the Blue Knight and WL Rosie's Rocket. They break their maiden here, 3-year-old gelding by EL Rocket, getting it done in 2:03 in the Tom and Margaret Claiborne Memorial.
Here comes WL Rosie's Rocket to the fourth race. Winner's Circle. Trotting Bay Gelding 3 by EL Rocket off the Northern Bailey Dam Rosie River. Bill Lanigan of Montague, owner, breeder, trainer, and the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, will guide him to victory for the first time to a maiden record of 2:03. WL Rosie's Rocket in the fourth, and in the winner's circle, the Tom and Margaret Claiborne Memorial Winner's Circle cooler presentation, joined by friends and family. WL Rosie's Rocket for Hughes and Lanigan in the fourth.